Howdy, everybody. Welcome back. How's it going? You can't answer that question because I can't hear you, but I'm just going to assume you said it's going awesome. Racing at Bristol in NASCAR 2000 and talking about Bristol in real life, which was probably the goofiest race ever. The goofiest cup race ever, for sure. First, although I want to talk about the nationwide race because, yeah, it's time we change something in that series. It's getting a little ridiculous how the Cup guys dominate it, especially, Keselowski in the 20. He didn't race this weekend. Blaney was in that car, I know, but normally he's in that car. And then, you had Harvick in the 5, and then, of course, Kenseth in the 20, and Kyle Busch, the winner of the race, in the 54 for JGR. And it's not even fun to watch unless you're a fan of. If you're a fan of those drivers, it has to be amazing. Because they win every week, but I found it's just I don't know. I think we need to limit it. We don't need to get rid of them altogether because I think there is a lot of money involved. There's a lot of money that would go out the window. I'm apparently off to a great start this year. There would be a lot of money out the window if we completely eliminated Cup drivers in the nationwide series. But I'd say 15. Or at most. Most people want to limit it a ton. I'm fine with putting it at a number like 20 or something, so that say like Kyle Busch could race 15 in the nationwide series and 5 in the and that was a great start, and like 5 in the truck series, and that would be fine. That'd be like every other week he would be in a car, which means that every other week someone else would be in that 54 car. Like, I don't know, like who are some of the young guys? Like a Darrell Wallace, or I don't know. I think Drew Herring is the other. I don't know. I think he's the other guy at JGR, but the other kid. But like Darrell put Bubba Wallace in that car every other week, and then have Kyle Busch in it every other week. I think that would be fine because sponsors could could have their Cup driver in a good portion of the races, almost half of them. Or if, they allotted their 20 to all nationwide series races, you could have them in over half. But it would at least, it would limit it. And then if it was still bad, you could take off another 5 races or 10 races or however many. It doesn't need... the thing that... The mistake NASCAR is making is that they keep changing things a ton. They keep going from one end of the spectrum of the other on every change they make, and they don't find any happy medium in there. They don't slowly tweak it in another direction. They go completely opposite of what it is now, and I think they need to. This is something they need to be steady with. They need to be very, very. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for here, but they need to be careful with it, I guess. Careful sounds a little bit too dire. But anyways, to the Bristol race. I'm already 8 laps in and I haven't even talked about it. That was a goofy Cup race. What was it, 3? Including the final washout, 3 rain delays. You had the one at the start, and you had the one in the middle, and then you had the mysterious caution that we will never know exactly what it was. NASCAR said it was a flagman leaned on a switch. Sure, I guess. If that's what they say, that's I guess what we have to go by. But I'm not sure. I'm not normally part of the Black Helicopter Brigade, but there's a part of me that's a little bit iffy on whether that's actually the truth or not. But it ended up not being. I don't think it was that big of a deal because the rain came and kind of quelled that issue. Carl Edwards was going to win. I'm glad they didn't go to a green-white checker there for no reason, because that ended up being what it was for, what it would have been for anyway. But God, there was just so much goofy stuff. There was the battery flying out of Alex Bowman's car. Which, when does a battery just fly out of a car? And of course that led to the very, very weird toilet paper segments that the Fox booth kept shoving down our throats, and it made me very, very uncomfortable. It was not uncomfortable, but annoyed, because yeah, that joke died about the second time they made a joke about toilet paper or bottoms or any of that sort of you know, that sort of humor. But God, but yeah, and then everybody that led seemed to have a problem. My brain's going on. My brain's kind of going AWOL here as I'm trying to race by Ward Burton. Okay, come on, buddy. Give me a break here. But I mean, you had Kevin Harvick. He caught on fire and then decided to drive into the middle of a tightly packed garage area while still on fire. That was a curious decision. I'm glad nobody got hurt in that deal. You had Kyle Busch wreck. He had led, got caught on pit road, or not caught on pit road, but he had to pit, and then caution came out, but and knocked him back in the field, and then he ended up wrecking and almost. God, that has to be the scariest thing in NASCAR, is being, you know, sideways, driver's side door, looking out at cars coming at you at full speed. I'm so glad they don't race to the line anymore under caution, because that could have been way scarier than it was, and it was plenty I don't want to go overly hyperbolic. Is that a word I can use there? Sure, why not? But that was pretty frightening, I guess. I guess it's not too much hyperbole, but and you had a lot of guys coming and going. Both of the points leaders, Keselowski and Jr., had problems. I think it ended up being like a shock, I read, for the 88, and then the 2 got caught up when the 4 had an oil line problem, and he ended up in the wall. And oh yeah, okay, and that made me think of poor Timmy Hill. That was weird. That I don't know what happened there. And sorry, Jeff. But yeah, he needs a new spotter or something, because man, he ran over Matt Kenseth. I don't really know how to explain that. I mean, he manned up for it, so I can't really, I guess, crush him that hard, because I mean, he admitted his mistake, but still, that was just weird. I mean, he killed Matt Kenseth well after the yellow flag came out. But I'm way behind here. And that ended up, we figured that would ruin Kenseth's day. That ended up helping him out pretty much. I think that added to the downforce he had. That kicked his spoiler up in the air. I think he was able to get a lot of speed through the corner, and he ended up going back up to the field, and I think took the lead again. And then he ended up just disappearing off the face of the earth later on. And I'm on the apron for no reason. Okay. Golly, that was a quick 30 laps. Huh. Oh. But yeah. So it was just weird. Leaders having problems and cars catching on fire, and Danica running over Clint Boyer in the pits, which that happened like 100 or so laps after she was like 4 wide and made it work. It was she had a moment that reminded us all, oh yeah, she can maybe drive a race car. And then she had another moment that reminded us, maybe she shouldn't be in Sprint Cup right now. But, you know, it's just the way it goes, I guess. Well, race is over. Up to third. It's not bad. I'll take it. Man, trying to think. See if there's anything else that I was gonna talk about. Yep, this is exciting. Ooh, Talladega plate track, which doesn't act at all like a plate track in this game, but hey, it's whatever. Anyways, I guess that's it. If there's anything else, I'll, that I left out, comment or something, or tweet me, or send me an angry email, or I don't know, call me a name. Just do whatever you feel is necessary. Alright, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. J-Mac out. Yeah, just a little quick thing here. I realized I didn't get to, Carl Edwards actually winning the deal and pretty much solidifying himself a spot in the chase. And I know a lot of people, the cute thing is to say, well, it hasn't actually given them a spot if they win a race, because they might have to win too. There aren't going to be more than 17 or more than 16 drivers winning a race in the first 26 races. If there is, I will eat my words, crow, whatever. But I don't see that happening. It'll probably be around 13 or so, with 3 others getting in on points. It was a good showing for Roush as a whole, because Ricky Stenhouse was second, and it's kind of funny. It took him 26 races last season to get a top 10 finish, and through 4 races he already has 2. He had 3 all of last year, so that's pretty good for him. He had a career best finish. Eric Almirola finished 3rd, and he had a career best finish. And then Ambrose was 5th. I mean, 4 Fords in the top 5. That's pretty solid for the blue oval guys. Uh, um, so, yeah, that's all I really needed to add to it. I'd left out those guys, and I shouldn't have done that. But I guess 30 laps at Bristol isn't enough time for my long-winded butt to. I probably shouldn't have put those 3 words together in a sentence. Anyways, that's it. That is actually it. Oh wait.